It was meant to be nothing more than a quiet night out, a simple evening at a cozy downtown wine bar, a chance to relax with my closest friends. We'd been planning it for weeks, and Daniel, my husband, had even encouraged me to go. Go, have fun, he'd said with that calm, reassuring smile of his. You deserve a break. I'll come pick you up later. Those words wrapped around me like comfort itself, the kind of warmth that comes from knowing you're deeply trusted and loved. The evening started perfectly. Soft jazz drifted through the room, blending with the hum of laughter at our table. We talked about our lives, our relationships, the little absurdities of love and daily routines. Everything felt light and easy until I opened my mouth without thinking. We were talking about how hard it can be to keep love alive when something reckless slipped out. Maybe it was an attempt at humor, maybe a careless boast. I swirled my glass, leaned back, and said with a teasing grin, if Daniel ever messed up, I'd just find someone younger to keep me entertained. The table burst into laughter. My best friend nearly spat out her drink. Everyone clapped and howled, as if I'd just delivered the joke of the night. For a moment, I basked in it, the laughter, the attention, the fleeting thrill of being witty. Then the laughter faded, and I sensed a ship behind me. I turned, and there he was, Daniel, standing quietly in the doorway. He must have arrived early, maybe to surprise me. His face was calm, expression unreadable, but his eyes locked onto mine, steady, piercing. Suddenly, the room felt airless. My smile fell away. Daniel, I stammered, setting my glass down too fast. It was just a joke. He didn't move, didn't blink. He only shook his head slowly. Funny, he said, his tone controlled but cold. How jokes sometimes reveal more truth than people mean them to. Then he turned and walked out. Panic rushed through me. I ran after him, my heels clattering against the floor. Outside, he was already unlocking the car. Daniel, please, I said, grabbing his arm. I didn't mean it. It was just stupid, a joke. He met my eyes. There was no anger there, only hurt. A quiet, heavy disappointment that hurt more than shouting ever could. You think that's funny? He asked softly. Making me the punchline? Making me look disposable? You embarrass me. I could barely breathe. In my head, it had been harmless, playful teasing. But to him, it was something else entirely. Public humiliation. I love you, I whispered. I never wanted to hurt you. He looked at me for a long moment before speaking. Sometimes, the things people say for a laugh show who they really are. Tonight, you made me feel small. I don't know if I can stand beside someone who laughs at me. Then he got into the car and drove off, leaving me standing under the streetlights. Alone, my friends hovered near the doorway, unsure what to say. The walk home felt endless. Their messages later tried to comfort me, but all I could hear was the echo of that laughter, my own voice among it. At first, Daniel brushed it off, saying he understood it was a joke, but I felt it, the distance growing between us. Something inside had cracked, quietly but irreparably. The next morning, he was gone, half his clothes missing from the closet. On the kitchen counter sat a folded note in his familiar handwriting. I need space. Words matter. Until you understand that, we can't move forward. My hands trembled as I read it. The weight of my own carelessness crashed down on me. One thoughtless joke, one attempt to be clever, had pushed away the man who had always been my anchor. Days turned into weeks. My calls went unanswered. My messages were ignored. Even when I stopped by his office, the receptionist just said he wasn't available. At first, I was angry. How could he leave over something so small? But as time passed, understanding replaced my defensiveness. It wasn't trivial. My joke had been a blade hidden behind a smile. I had shown that the approval of my friends mattered more than his dignity. Months later, I found out he'd moved in with his brother. He wasn't seeing anyone, but he wasn't coming back, either. His absence was a line drawn that I could never uncross. Now, when I see those same friends, their laughter feels quieter, more cautious. Maybe they sense the regret carved into my face. Or maybe they just remember the look on Daniel's that night. The moment he realized a woman he loved didn't truly respect him. I live now with a silence heavier than any fight. A silence that reminds me, every single day, careless words, even said in jest, can cost you what you'll never get back. And whenever someone shrugs off a cruel remark as just a joke, I flinch, because I know exactly how much damage a joke can do.